Hey guys, welcome to TST Garage. I'm Bart, and in today's video, I have a Honda CRF300L in the shop with me. I will be installing the new TST Industries Spooled Captive Chain Adjusters on this bike. This set solves two issues for you, one of which is whenever you remove the rear wheel off this bike, want to change the tire or do any sort of spoke adjustment or something like that, all the components from the chain adjustment set will fall out, and then subsequently on the way back in, you have to put them all back together, and they're just sort of like an origami mind trick that you have to play to get all this stuff back together. The other issue is this bike has no spool bosses. For some people, that's okay. A lot of people will use an MX type stand in the center of the frame, and that's cool, but if you're like me, or perhaps you ride supermoto, you've converted this bike to supermoto, you will want to be able to get this bike up on a standard paddock stand, and then you will need some spools. We will fix that by having a spool boss right in the adjuster plate in the axle block. These spools remain captive on the swing arm, and you are able to leave this bike up on the paddock stand. Just make sure you do not have anybody jump back on that bike. They are captive, but it is not safe to have somebody load and unload this bike while it's up on the paddock stand. All right, the installation of these parts is fairly straightforward. There are some tips and tricks that I have to convey to you for a successful installation, so let's get started with that in just a little bit. Let's go through what you get in this kit, and then we'll grab some tools and get wrenching. What you see in front of me here are two adjuster plates. They double as axle blocks. The axle goes through this hole. They are side specific, and they only fit on the correct side, so you won't really have any issue selecting the correct one for the correct side. Here we have the hardware. You'll notice that we have one adjuster screw and two nuts per side. We'll go through why you have two nuts like this, as opposed to the one nut on the stock setup, and then you will be presented with a drop-down menu in the ad for this product where you'll choose which spools you'd like to go with. Now, by default, these are coupled up with the TST Industries spools. They have a slightly different profile than the Womet-Tech spools, but we do offer the Womet-Tech spools because they are very nice. They are aluminum. They are just anodized in a few different colors, and then that way you have a choice of color that you may want to accent this bike with. I typically go with our standard TST spools. I design them, I like them best, so we'll do that, but these go on the same exact way I'll be showing in my installation flow. So either one you choose, good to go. You just use a slightly different tool. I believe this is a 6mm Allen, and this is a 5mm Allen. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's get going, let's grab some tools and get wrenching. So as you can see here, we have our bike suspended up on a center stand. This just happens to be a lift. You will need to do something to suspend your bike in a way where the rear wheel is basically touching the surface that the bike is on, but when you remove the axle, it won't go going away on you. So the way I've done it is here with the center stand, I got it up high enough so that I have just a little bit of touch here. If you have an MX stand that you currently use for this bike, that's fine. You'll likely be a little bit off the surface here. You'll have to lower the wheel after removing the axle and then bring it back up into the proper level for axle replacement. So now that we've tackled that, let's go ahead and start loosening some components here. I'm gonna grab a 12mm open-ended wrench, and our locking nut on the adjuster bolt will have to come loose. Just a tad loose is fine. Repeat that on the other side. Now I'm gonna grab a 17mm socket, put it on the other side on the axle head, and I'm going to use a 24mm socket on the axle nut. And that comes out. The adjuster block, axle block comes off. Same thing is going to happen on the other side. And as you can see, I've got my axle out, but none of this stuff came apart. My brake carrier kind of went out of location, but that's fine. That's really easy to replace. I'm gonna put these guys away. Bring our new parts into focus. I mentioned this already, but I'll illustrate it here. Obviously, these are side specific. They do have a hump here on the mating side. This is where they go. Same thing on the other side. We have those picked. The adjustment bolt has to come out. I'm gonna use a 10mm socket on this. I have a nice long socket here. This can also be done by hand, but this is way more convenient. Repeat on the other side. Now, since we took all this stuff off, we are risking having to do really large adjustment steps on the new setup. So instead of just guessing how we configure the new system and where it's gonna go, what I'm gonna do is superimpose this here and get my axle through it like this. Just kind of made it so that I can have it in the same spot, coaxial. And then we're gonna figure out just how deep this screw has to go for this setup to end up in the same place. This will limit the amount of adjustment that we have to do just before we tighten down our axle. So the 2 nuts per side go onto this adjustment bolt. We're gonna keep them close to each other. Somewhere midway is probably fine. Let's check that. For this particular bike, it's gonna be a little bit more than halfway. Okay, so I'm gonna configure both of the adjustment bolts from the new kit this way. So we have a slot here for the bolt head. Fits like this. I'm gonna grab a 5mm Allen and feed it through the rear of this whole adjuster, and that will give me the ability to turn this adjustment bolt while I have all the components in place. All right, I'm roughly in place here. I'm gonna perform the same exact thing on the other side of the bike. All right, those are in place. They're sort of captive. We are going to replace the axle at this point. I like to get my axle nut on partially. Now we're going to talk about what to do with the adjuster. In the OE setup, you have the bolt head engaging against the axle block, and that pushes it back, and the tension from the chain keeps it forward. When everything's locked down, everything's cool. When you unlock the axle, this folds out. We will be using the 2 nuts here in a way where one is locked against this surface of the adjuster, keeping that captive, and one is locked against the swing arm, keeping the entire mechanism locked in place, preventing it from falling out of adjustment. But to make the adjustment itself, we have to lock these 2 together. Seems a little cumbersome, but once you do it once, it becomes very, very obvious and easy to do. We use 2 13mm open-ended wrenches to lock those together, and then you have one unit that enables you to move the axle aft or fore. We're gonna lock them together on each side of the bike. And now I'm going to bring the axle closer to bottom out. I like to have all of my components around the axle kind of mating and touching surface to surface, but we are not going to go full torque because we need to preserve some of the adjustability here in this system so that we could adjust the chain. Okay, this is as far forward as it'll go. In this configuration with these bolts where they are, now I'm going to grab one of those 13mm wrenches that I was using and start backing off towards the back of the bike. Now this bike calls for about 2 to 2¼ inches of slack in the center of the span of the chain. That is what I'm gonna go for. There are many videos on how to properly adjust the chain. Your user manual for the bike itself also has a prescribed method. I encourage you to do your own research on this. I am basically demonstrating how to install these parts and not really the method for chain tightening here. So I'm gonna skip some of those steps since they are out of context here. On the bottom of the plate, the axle block plate, we have notches that have been milled into the outer surface, and those will line up with the little adjustment dot stamped on the bottom of the swing arm. This will enable you to set your wheelbase, your axle distance from the pivot the same on each side. You just set it to the corresponding line or fraction thereof, and you're good to go. Once we reach the desired tightness in the chain, I'm gonna go and tighten this just a little bit more. We're not gonna torque it just yet. We just wanna fix it in place. And at this point, we're gonna unlock these nuts here from each other. I'm going to spread them as far as they'll go. Now we're going to lock them against surfaces that they are supposed to be contacting in the lock state. Perform the same step on the other side. All right, once that's done and we're happy with all the previous steps, I'm going to grab a torque wrench, set it to 88 Newton meters or 65 foot-pounds. We're going to tighten this guy down all the way to the prescribed torque. Now let's grab one of the spools. Like I mentioned in the intro, I choose the TST spools for most of my installations. I'm going to thread this in all the way. If you're a thread lock kind of guy, I would say no more than the medium type thread locking agent on this connection. And if you want to torque it, 15 foot-pounds will do it for you. Repeat this on the other side of the bike. Now the installation's done. With the installation complete, we can throw this guy up on a paddock stand. Grab the forward stand, take it out. And that's pretty much it. This bike is ready to go. You can see in about 15 minutes, we went from the OE setup, nice TST Industries captive setup. If you're going to be doing any paddock work on this bike where you're taking the wheel off and you want all this stuff to be back in place for you when you bring this wheel back, and you want paddock standing with ease, this is a really nice setup for you and it won't break your wallet. It's constructed of really nice CNC machined aluminum. It's available in a multitude of different colors that you can choose from, and installation, as you can see, is a breeze. If you like what you see here, check out tstindustries.com. We have these parts ready for you. We also have a whole host of other parts for this bike and other bikes you may have in your garage. Thank you for watching. Hit like and subscribe. Hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Ride safe. Peace.